Have you ever wanted to catch a ghost or get scared so badly you pee your pants? Well, do I have the game for you. This beautifully terrifying game would be Phasmophobia, and I will be teaching you how to play today. Phasmophobia is a horror game made by a small indie studio called Kinetic Games. It originally released in early access on Microsoft in September 18th, 2020, and would later have an official release on October 29th, 2024. The game consists of multiple haunted houses, and we will only be playing on one today. 6 Tanglewood Drive. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be going over, selecting 6 Tanglewood Drive, and I'm not going to be using anything but the most basic equipment I can have. We'll go in more in depth than that in a second. I'm going to hit ready up and start. Alright, here we are in the van. First I'm going to pick up the key and drop the trailer, and I'll continue reading for now. The objective of this game is to go into the house, find the ghost room, and use evidence equipment, as there are only 3 confirmed evidence given from each ghost depending on what equipment is used, and certain abilities the ghost can have, and determine which type of ghost it is. There are 24 different ghost types in this game. You can also have different behaviors and abilities and evidence from these ghosts. The journal that is provided in the game, so you can jot down your evidence, gives you a rundown of each ghost, their abilities, weaknesses, and strengths. Now, to do that, there is a middle button on the controller. You'll press that. You'll have this little page right here. You'll hit R1, 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 and this will be your evidence page. This is what you'll be using. Say, I'll get EMF 5. I'll click it. Spirit box and ghost orbs. That can't be an evidence type. Those 3 evidence don't create, or a ghost does not give those specific evidence types. But maybe it's docked. Yeah, see, if I got these 3 right here, it would be a wraith. But we haven't even started investigating yet, so it's not a wraith. These are your ghost types. If you want, when I give you the controller, you can play through and read all of them if you want to. So we're going to go back into reading. This makes a great resource as well, being as you can identify the ghost based on their abilities, weaknesses, and strengths. The console I will be playing on is a PlayStation 5, and I will be using a wireless DualSense controller. Now to start us off, I will give you a rundown on essential equipment and mechanics that you need to know to play the game. To start us off is Sanity. This is the game's version of a countdown. You will start with 100%, and the more you play inside the cursed location, in the darkness, or even just hiding inside of the house, your sanity will go down dramatically. If the ghost initiates a hunt, or does a ghost event around you, which a ghost event is something it can turn off the light, like kind of walk at you, but it won't hunt. It will not kill you if it gets near, touches you, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just a small little event, nothing too bad. Lights. Lights are a very important part of the game. If the lights are on, the ghost is not going to interact with the environment as much. So you need to make sure the lights are on, or I mean off, I apologize. You need to make sure the lights are off, and especially in the area you want to be in. Certain ghosts have an attraction to the light, and they'll mess with you if the light's on, so you want the light off. So, yeah. Well, let's go over our first item, and that's going to be the flashlight. This is your best friend, and it is the most useful item you can get in the game. These houses can get incredibly dark, and so when it comes to that, you're going to need a flashlight. Like I said, sometimes you're going to want the lights to be off, and you'll need to find your way around with the flashlight. And it's not just that. In case the house is dark and the ghost initiates a hunt, you're going to want to find a hiding spot. If the ghost throws something and you need to get it with EMF, try to get EMF 5, you can use a flashlight to see where it threw it, and just find your way around, and you'll use the flashlight for that. Next up will be the DOTS projector. It's a small group of green lights that, when you put it down, so we can turn it down and we can throw it down like that. If a ghost were to walk through it, basically a green silhouette would appear somewhere in this trifecta of the green lights. So, um, you need to place it down in the ghost room, and I will explain the ghost room to you when we go inside the house and we actually start investigating. Now, the EMF reader is probably the second best thing on here. It basically picks up a signal, so if the ghost were to grab something off a table, like if I put my flashlight down on a table and the ghost just didn't like that for some reason, it can throw it. It throws a lot farther and harder than that, but it gets the point across. If you saw that and you were, okay, let's see, maybe I got EMF 5, you would walk over to it, and the small little dial that you see would go to 5 and beyond. That means you have EMF 5, that's an evidence type. And it's probably like I said, the second most useful. I use it quite a bit. The ghost writing book, this is us here. It is a small little notebook that specific ghosts can write in it. To use this item, set it down on the floor in the ghost room. Like I said, we're not in the ghost room, but I can still set it down out here. You'll be wanting, if you're wanting to place something, I should have stated this earlier, I apologize for that. If you're wanting to place something down, such as the notebook, video camera, dots, and I believe that's it, you can press L2 on the controller, and it will set it down for you, or give you a nice little highlight of where it might be set down. But if you place this notebook down in the middle of the ghost room, and the ghost gets in proximity of it, and it allows itself to use it, it'll write in it. And if it writes in it, that's a piece of evidence. But if it throws it, that's not a piece of evidence. The ghost will not write in it. You can pretty much just mark that off your evidence board. And just mark it right off. But hasn't done it, so we're going to keep it on there. Could be anything. You also want to make sure you leave the room when you place down the ghost book. It's incredibly important that you do that because it spikes up energy and it will be able to use it quicker and easier. Now, the spirit box. This small little box makes the most annoying sound in the world. It's incredibly useful. I don't use it. I don't like it. Usually I play with Aiden and Tierson, and one of them use it. I don't like it. But basically, if the ghost were to open a door and it was still in the radius of that door, I could walk over to the door and ask it one of these 3 questions. Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? You'd ask it one of those questions. And then you could get a response. And if you get a response, that is evidence. The thermometer. That is this little thing right here. This is what I usually carry when I go inside the house. So when you walk into the house, it's going to get cold immediately. But once you get to the ghost room, which can be any room of the house, the living room, baby's room, whatever, it can be any one of those rooms. You'll pull that out and it will get cold and cold and cold, and it will get incredibly cold. And you'll want to stay in there until it reaches 0. After 0, that's an evidence type. The UV light. This is this little beauty right here. You'll be using this when the ghost interacts with a door, light switch, an object. If you place down salt and it walks through it, footprints can also appear. If you get any type of UV light, which it can be a handprint, fingerprint, or footprint, that is evidence. And then this is a video camera. What this does is this little small screen pops up and you can walk around with it out, and there will be a small floating little white orb that appears, and that is evidence. Anything other than that is not considered evidence. So we just went over all of the evidence types that we can get Now I'm going to go over some uh, optional equipment you can get. I don't use it. Um, it's not. It can be useful, not really. And you only need this to catch a ghost. You have to have this stuff right here to catch the ghost. You do not need the other stuff, but I'll still go over it. So I'm going to go brief through these. They all do small things, nothing too drastic. So the crucifix stops a ghost from entering a hunt. The firelight, which is a small candle, will get blown out if a ghost gets near it. The headgear is a camera on your head and records what your teammates are doing. The igniter is basically matches. You use it to light the firelight and the incense. The incense is extremely useful. This is probably something that should be needed, but you don't need it. It just saves your behind. Um, it is used to pretty much stop the ghost from hunting you. It kind of slows it down. It's incredibly useful to get a picture of it if you have that as an objective. The motion sensor will pick up when the ghost walks through it. It can also pick up teammates, so if you have a little van princess, like Patterson is, who just sits in the van the entire time, it'll make a little beep, beep when something goes through it. Teammates can walk through it, and it'll make that sound. So it's not always a ghost. The parabolic microphone is used to be able to hear paranormal sounds that a ghost makes. This can be groaning, screaming, crying. It's pretty freaky. It scared me a couple times. The photo camera is used to capture photos of different objects, stuff thrown. If the book is written in and a burned crucifix, cursed object, and salt that is walked through, it'll make you a quick bit of cash. It doesn't do a lot. Salt is not very useful. I don't ever use it, not at all. If you put it on the ground and if the ghost walks through it, the salt will be messed up. That's it. Sanity medication is to make your sanity better, so when I go inside this house, the more I spend inside the dark rooms, my sanity will get low. Um, and so I can take medicine for it to boost it back up. And when you, like I said, when your sanity does get low, the ghost then initiates a hunt very easily. The sound sensor is used to pick up sounds throughout the house, door closing, objects being thrown, etc. Anything the ghosts do. Teammates, I don't think it picks up sounds from the teammates. In fact, I know it doesn't pick up sounds from teammates. So, only ghost sounds. It cannot pick up stuff that the parabolic can. And the tripod is a tripod. You set it down, put the camera on it. Now, all of these items, including the essential items, can be upgraded to tiers 2 and 3. They all do the same thing, just a bit enhanced. Like, for instance, the flashlight, you can tell it doesn't go very far. It makes it go a little bit further. Not much to where it's much of an improvement. So, a lot of the times, I just use this stuff right here. Makes no difference, really. So, once you find 3 evidence, you will circle the ghost type in your book, and I already kind of showed you that. And you'll head back to the truck. We'll press this little button. And we'll be sent back to the order to collect our paycheck. Now, Phasmophobia is a thrilling and challenging cooperative horror game that requires teamwork, communication if you're friends, or if you're playing with friends, and a healthy dose of courage. I have been playing this game for a little bit, and I'll tell you guys right now, I'm shaking in my little boots thinking about going in that house by myself. But it makes me feel a little bit better when I know Miss Patterson will give me a 100 on this, because I have cried to make this. So just so you know that, Miss Patterson, only mean people don't give crying people A's. So if you use the equipment right and you just stay calm, collected, you will get the ghost right. And you have to stay aware. You have to. Anytime I hear a door open, especially when I'm playing with my friends, I'll ask, did you guys open that door? Are you guys upstairs, downstairs? You need to make sure you know this and to just be incredibly aware. That can help you know where the ghost is as well and let you know if it roams. The ghost can be incredibly unpredictable and dangerous, and it's a threat. The entire time it is a threat. But most importantly, have fun, enjoy this game, and let's catch a ghost. So now that was basically a basic rundown of everything. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to catch a ghost like I do. So I know I said to keep a flashlight, it's the most useful, but I know this house like the back of my hand. You guys don't, so I'm going to keep it. I lied to you. We're going to take a video camera, and we're probably going to take an EMF reader as well. An EMF reader will let us know when the ghost activates anything, starts messing with stuff. But what I am going to do first is we have a 5-minute timer that will run off, and that will give us a bit of a safe time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm walking inside of the house, I'm checking around, I haven't seen anyone do anything, I haven't seen anything do anything. EMF reader is not picking up anything. Looks like we're doing pretty good so far. That's good. That's good. Alright. So I should give you guys a quick rundown of the house while I can. This is the main hallway. It can be in this hallway. I've had it many times be in this hallway. This is the boys' bedroom. Oh, look at that. A skull. That's not terrifying at all. That's the boys' bedroom. This is the bathroom. Oh wait, I need to... Hold on. Okay, we only got 2. That's not very high. Remember, we need 5. EMF 5 to be evidence. Right here, we're getting about 3 to 4. This is the bathroom. It can be in here. It can be in every single room of this house. Now, these closets, I know you've seen them. You saw it. Something. Open that one. You can hide in these, and we will be doing so because we have to. I hate it. This is the baby room. Make sure to close these doors behind you, because you need to know if the ghost is messing with doors. It's incredibly important. Another hallway we can hide. Another little closet. I apologize. This is the master bedroom. Master bathroom. Master closet. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention that is incredibly terrifying. The ghost can hear you. I'm not talking to you guys right now, really. I'm talking to that thing. So, this is the living room. Like I said, can be in here. This is going to be the utility room right here. This is going to be the garage. So, this right here is the dining room, and this right here is the kitchen. Now, it can be in the dining room or kitchen. It will not be in both. These rooms are completely separate, showed by this little divider and the carpet and the wood tile. It can be in both. It can be in these 2 different rooms. You can be standing right here with your thermostat out, and it will not get cold. As soon as you take a step over, it'll get super cold. I don't understand how it works. This is the basement. I don't like it down here. I don't come down here often. Oh, would you look at that? We have a cursed object. I didn't touch on these. They're not very useful. This is a Ouija board. You can use it to ask a question of, where are you? Are you friendly? Give me knowledge, I think, and it will give you a type of evidence. I don't like it. They can initiate hunts. They just work against you, really. They work backwards. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all the stuff we have. I'm going to place it down. Now, I already gave the ghost enough time to probably start already acting up. But we're going to give him a bit more time. You know, maybe he wants to... I don't know. I'm scared, guys. Yeah, see, this is a activity chart. You can see in the past 40 seconds, I've had an activity on 1. That's small. That's like moving stuff, and it's barely moving stuff. Alright, now we're going to be grabbing dots and notebook. Let's see how much longer we have on our timer. A minute. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to throw it right next to the door. And since I know where it is already, it's in the boys' bedroom, if you guys couldn't tell when I opened that closet. And oh, I think the power just went out. I have to go turn on the power. It can do that, by the way, so when I do that. Oh, the radio's playing. Guys, I want you to know I'm actually scared. I've played this game a lot, and I'm terrified. I hate playing this game alone, but anything for a good grade, and I imagine Miss Patterson seeing a pretty much grown man weeping would probably get me a decent grade. So we're going to throw UV in. We're going to run back to the truck. I bet that timer's up now, so it can probably... Yep, it's pretty much up. So now this timer's over. The ghost can now initiate a hunt at any time. I can be anywhere in the house. I can be standing right next to it and can decide, I don't like you, and it can initiate a hunt. That meaning it is going to come after me and try to kill me. Like I said, there are ways to avoid this. Using the incense is probably the best way. But we don't have any incense, and you guys won't either. So, we're both in the same boat right now. Now what we're going to go do is, oh god, I'm shaking. What we're going to do... Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Alright, Miss Patterson, I'll be strong for you. Alright, let's go. Oh, please be in the garage. Please be in the garage. It's in the basement. Oh my god, it's in the basement. Okay, come on. Open. So, you can be anywhere in the house and it can initiate a hunt if it just decides to. Oh, I don't like the fact that radio's on. Quit. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. If you see this, that is EMF 5. Yep. So we just got EMF 5. We're going to walk out because, guys, I told you this game's going to do one thing to you. And that's pee your pants. I got 2 things done right now. I got EMF level 5 and a need to go get some new underwear. So we're going to set this outside so I know I have EMF 5 done. This leaves all of these ghosts. It could be any of these. It can be any one of those. Now, I noticed my breath in there. I'm going to go in there with thermometer, probably hide in the closet the entire time because I'm a, what they call a wuss, and try to get it. We're also going to go in there with the camera. I really don't want to do this, but Miss Patterson, once again for you. Okay. Yep. Not looking like it's going to be dots or ghost orbs, so we're going to put the camera down. Because some ghosts don't like to show up when you're near it, so we'll have to go back around for it later. Alright, we're going to place down dots right here. Preferably turn them on. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit in the closet. Oh. I'm going to sit in the closet. And we're going to try and get freezing temperatures. No, it's throwing stuff. I don't like that. Yeah, it's dropping pretty quickly. I think we might have freezing temperatures on our hands, but just to make sure, we're going to wait till it goes down to 0. We don't want to just guess. I have done that before where it just drops down really quickly, and I guess, I'm like, oh, it has to be. But in this case, I was right. Don't do that. I was right. It is freezing temps. You can see it's still going low. Now it's going up. That doesn't matter. Once it goes below 0, that's an evidence. It does not matter anymore. If it jumps back up to 30, you already have that evidence down. You're okay. So, now what we're going to do... Oh! Okay. Now... Our current contenders would be a Jin, Shade, Oni, and the twins. What I'm going to go do is go back to the truck, and I believe one of these ghosts will only show up on camera on the dots. So We'll check that out. Oh, wow, that's bright. Uh, Even when I'm in the truck, I do not feel safe. I want you guys to know that. Oh, look at that. Look at that spike. It's pretty. I don't want to go back in there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what type of evidence I would need for each ghost. So, ultraviolet, I would get the Jinn. Ghost writing, I would get a Shade. And Shades are incredibly shy ghosts. So I don't think it's a Shade. I've been in there the entire time. Spirit box, I would get the twins. Spirit box is the worst thing to do because you have to be standing right next to the ghost. And you can make the ghost mad, even just a little bit. It's going to flip out on you. Ghost orb, can't be ghost orb. And dots would be Oni. So, Onis will just show up in front of you, so I don't think it's going to be that. Now, let's see. We'll go in there, throw the book down, maybe try to get some ultraviolet and spirit box. But we've been out here for a little bit. Are we watching? Is that thing going off again? So, oh god, I don't like this. Okay. Let's see. How old are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you friendly? Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys just saw that, but right before I ran in the closet, it turned off that hallway light, making me think it probably turned off the power again. And I know it's not the breaker just flipping, because I only have one light on. That is the ghost doing. The ghost had gone to the breaker and turned it off, because I only have one light on. Now, you can have a light on outside of the ghost room, at least at a good distance, and you'll still get activity in the ghost room like I have been. I'm going to go back out there, try to get more spirit box. I don't know if it's going to be spirit box, though. I think I have a good idea of what ghost it is already. But before I make any good guesses, I'm going to just get the three evidences and, yeah. Well, guys, we just discovered what ghost it was in Phasmophobia. That's 2 new pairs of underwear changes. So I was right about my assumption. It is the twins, and the reason I had that suspicion is because you can look at the twins, and when their activity is, I'll show you. Also, that is the most gut-wrenching feeling when you sit there and you're just clicking the button because, you know, you don't really expect anything, and it just says something like, die. Oh, and also, my sanity did not get that low this match. That is because I am playing on that I'm playing on the beginning game mode for you guys. I'm going to make sure that everything you see will pretty much be the exact same besides the ghost type in your game, and it should be. Like, you should start with the breaker on, and you should have the 5-minute timer. You'll have all of the equipment I had, no more, no less. And yeah, the only thing different that should be is the game. But what I was talking about, the twins, on the sanity board, because in the lore of the game there are 2 of them, there will be a weird divot in the sanity board. And I noticed it going out, and I didn't say anything about it, because I just wanted to make sure. I just, like I said, I didn't want to make any assumptions. Like I said with the free linked material, I made those assumptions before and got it completely wrong, because there is a ghost in this game called the Mimic, and it can mimic certain behaviors of every other ghost. And I believe one of the activity things is something it can mimic. And I think I had that happen to me once. I cannot remember. I've played over 184 cases. Oh, that's the name of my great-grandma. I'm trying to make sure I can show you guys, so You wouldn't know what it looks like if it happened to you, but I'll give it like 10 more seconds. If it doesn't happen, we'll bounce. You can kind of see that like a lot of activity is plateauing. That just means if you're in there, it will be doing a lot of the same stuff. It won't. There's a good way to explain this. I just need to find it. While you're in there, while it's at a plateau like that, it will pretty much stay doing the same stuff that it started doing when it started plateauing. So if it threw something, it'll probably keep throwing stuff. Alright, I think... No, that's not. Ugh. I just want to make sure, in case this game interests you guys, that you know what you're doing. Because I know, Ms. Patterson, you're an avid gamer. I know you're playing Fortnite, getting those victory royales, and leveling up every weekend. So I'm just trying to make sure if you decide that you wanted to play Phasmophobia, you could. And you will know what type of ghost it is just by looking at the sanity meter like a complete sociopath. Well, if I'm correct, I have to be in the house for it to do it, and I'm not going back in there. Like I said, it can start a hunt any second. I don't want to take that chance. I don't want to, make all these assumptions and then... Oh, well, there it is. You can kind of see how it's at a weird angle like that. That is the twins, and you would be certain it's the twins when it's like that. Not like this one right here. It has to be like that, at a certain angle. So now, we're going to put down Freezing Temps, EMF 5, and Spirit Box, and we're going to put down the twins. If I do not get this right, guys, throw stones and tomatoes at me all you want. But let's see if we got it right. Let's guess the twins. Yeah! Alright. Thank you. Thank you guys for all the clapping. I hope you guys are clapping. I'm not making a fool of myself right now. Yeah, there we go. We got the ghost right. So, I'm going to hopefully hand the controller off to one of you by the time this video is over, and you will be able to correctly guess the ghost in Phasmophobia. Thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed, Miss Patterson. Goodbye.